It's been a great preseason so far. I'm enjoying working with the guys. They are a super hard-working group of fellas that really get along well, and I think we've made a lot of progress since the preseason began, and we're looking forward to a wonderful season.
How strong, how confident are you guys going into the season?
I think we're very confident. We just had a big result down in Maryland, tied them 2-2, and they're number 9 in the nation. And for us to come in their home field and be able to do what we did, and we had them like on their heels first half, so we're very confident going into the season.
What's the outlook look like for the Big Ten at the conference as a whole? Who's strong this year?
Yeah, 2 years ago, we were the #1 power-rated conference in the country, and it wasn't close. We had fantastic group of players. Several of those players left early for MLS or for other overseas locations. We had Corey left who was the nation's leading scorer. The second leading scorer in the nation was at Indiana. The third leading scorer in the nation was at Michigan. All those guys left, as well as a lot of supporting cast. So last year the league was without some stars and was also very young. I think the challenging thing is now is that all those guys are back. Almost no one lost anybody of significance this past year. And I think we have a chance in the league to be #1 in the country again.
What did you see with 3 preseason games? How are you guys competitive so far?
Well, first of all, we're one of the few teams that plays 3 preseason games. Most teams only play 1 or 2, but I like playing 3, and I think, you can have Johnny answer this, but I think that the difference between where we were with the first preseason game and where we are now is remarkable. I think the guys have made a lot of progress. I think the confidence level is higher. It's given me a chance to experiment a little bit. I'm always curious about what system might work best with a given group of players. I've never coached any 2 teams exactly the same ways in 35 years. Every team is unique because the players are unique for that year. So I think we found, at least for now, something that works for us, something our guys are happy with, something they're confident in. And we didn't have that after the first 2 games, and now we do.
John, having 3 preseason games, that give you a good perspective on how the team works?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was great to get 3 preseason games in. Obviously, like Coach said, no other team has done that, so we really got a lot of time to sort of work things out and see what works for us. And I know from our first preseason game to our last preseason game versus Maryland, we look like a totally different team already, and it's only going to get better from here, as we keep practicing, keep training, and getting better. So definitely the 3 preseason games helped us out a lot.
I think if you look at 2 other teams that are going to be top teams in the country, if you look at Maryland, they're going to be a great team. They had a fantastic team last year, made a terrific run through the season. I think scored or a scoring clip of almost 3 goals a game. I mean, unbelievable team. And all those guys are back. But every year's a little different. And they've started off the year, they went to Creighton, tied 3-3. Now they've played at home. They've tied us 2-2, and we're on their heels. And they've given up 5 goals in 2 games. So what mentality would you have if now you got to go play Louisville for them? Having that 3rd game would have given them a chance to, all right, we've got this figured out. Creighton, the same thing. Creighton tied 3-3. Now they play a brand new program, UNO, that Jay Mims, who was assistant here, just started last year. And at the end of the half, it was 0-0. They end up in score on a penalty in the 70th minute, and now they've got question marks. How are we going to be? So for me, the 3 has really helped our guys immensely. I wouldn't have liked to have gone into the season, after the Drexel match.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I think the Maryland game was huge for us.
Yeah.
Big confidence boost.
Second half of the season last year wasn't kind of changes did you make to turn things around for this year?
I just think work ethic. You know, last year was sort of like a building year for us. We had a bunch of new transfers come in, so we weren't really on the same page with a lot of things. But this year, you know, we have that year under our belt, so we're all on the same page, and guys are all tuned in, working hard. So I think if we all can just keep this work ethic up that we had in these 3 preseason games, I think we'll be fine.
I think we had a great spring. You know,
Yeah.
we started back up training again January the 20th and went all the way through the spring with terrific training sessions, very focused practice sessions. Guys made tremendous individual improvement, including this guy right here. I mean, Johnny, if you think about it, Johnny wasn't even starting for us at the first of last year, and right now, you know, after the Maryland game, I have agents asking about him. I mean, he's made such a huge jump in his game. It's just absolutely fantastic to see. His confidence level is higher. He knows how to play. His work ethic is high enough. He's taking care of himself off the field so that his fitness level doesn't diminish. There's, I think it's been an evolution. It wasn't like, all right, we're changing this starting this fall. We started in January preparing for this. We've prepared for a lot of months. And we had a VO2 max test that everybody set personal records on. You know, some guys aren't still where I want them to be yet, but every single guy was higher than they were last year.
Having Andrew in the back, so with the experience that he has now, is that a lot more comforting for you guys in front of him?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, Wolvie's a great goalkeeper. He's obviously still has some issues and some things he could work on. Obviously, everybody can get better, but we're confident in him. He's confident in himself. So, yeah, I mean, he's a great goalkeeper, and we're behind him 100%.
What kind of improvements have you seen from him this year? What has he had to work on from his freshman year?
I think he's done a lot better job of just vocalizing to his back line. I think that was one of the issues he had his freshman year. He just wasn't really that vocal, but now he's sort of like deepening his voice a little bit and stepping up and really taking command back there, so it's good.
It would be pretty hard for him to build on the year he had as a freshman. Do you see him continuing to improve as he's here?
I think so. I mean, the more games he plays, the more experience he's going to get. So, I mean, he's only going to get better with the more games he plays. So he has time to develop, and I think he's going to be even better as the years go on.
Physically, he looks like a different human being.
Yeah.
Than last year. You know, when he came in, even you know, he came for the second session of summer school last year and was really very frail, lanky looking, and now he's looking a little more beastish. You know, he's getting there. It's weight training program's been good. His discipline's been good. He had a little bit of an injury, hip injury that happened in the spring, and really wasn't able to train for about 3 months this summer. I mean, nothing. And he's just now in the last month come back and started training again. So it's going to take him a little while to get in there. And but the good news is Emmanuel Martin, our French goalkeeper, was ineligible last year. Played all summer long. Played every minute with the PDL team, one of the top PDL teams in the country. Was a goalkeeper for them, and he's come in very fit and sharp. So it's made for a good battle in the goalmouth. You know, Kelton really is doing very, very well. He is he's learning it's a higher level of fitness here to play. But doggone it, man, he's one of those kids who works hard every single day in training, and that's, to me, that's a basis for becoming better than you were, and maybe even great. He has a real knack around the goal. Physically, he was so dominant in club and high school, and I think now he's playing against guys who are 4 years older than him. He can't quite use that as well as he did, you know. But he's learning, and he's going to be. He has a chance to be really good.
What about any other freshmen and/or transfers you're expecting impact on this
Well, we talked about Manny. He in the goal. He's doing very, very well. Eli Dennis is incredible in the air. He can head a ball harder than almost anybody can kick it. It's just he's a beast in the air. Maryland had no answer for him on a couple of the free kicks that we took, and him getting on the end of them. Drew Klingenberg, as a freshman, has come in probably the most psychologically prepared to play. Smallest guy on the team, but to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, the only two-time National Player of the Year in the history of college soccer is a guy named Johnny Torres that I signed at Creighton that was 5'5", 105 when I signed him. So I'm one of those guys who's never been afraid to get a guy on the field because he's not a beast. You know, if he's smart and intelligent and can play and technical, we'll figure out a way to get him on the field. Anything else? We're good? Thanks much, fellas.
Thank you.
Johnny, good job, man.
Thanks.
Brian, thanks for setting it up.
Oy.
That's all, man.